Welcome to another edition of Tokyo Thursdays, or shall I say, the Olympic edition of the MisippBROs here, coming to you live from Northern California. Both of us here in the Bay. You got us. You are happy, and we are happy to be with you. Man, we got a jam-packed show for you today. You know, we have a little bit of Olympic action we want to get to. I got some interesting tidbits on this. I'm going to definitely let brother Mark here get in on the Olympic action, but we got trade deadlines everywhere, all kinds. Who's getting better? NBA, dude. We got a draft tonight. Does anyone know what the Warriors are gonna do? I don't think so. So here we go, man. What's going on? Started off, dude. USA. How many Olympic medals now, Spark?
USA is got a pretty commanding lead in the overall medal count. They're all the way up to 38. However, I believe the proper way to do the first, second, third kind of podium thing is whoever has the most gold medals is the leading country. So the USA has an equal number of gold and silver, 14 and 14. China, though, has surged to 15 gold medals. Japan and China taking home more gold than silver.
Sneaky China, sneaky.
You know it. You love them. It's China. So yes, the USA has almost a double-digit total medal count lead. But let me just say, USA, long known for their swimming, long known for their shooting. We've got 3 gold medals out of 14.
Why does that not surprise me that USA is winning at all shooting events? So I think it's in our character, don't you?
Here's of course, it's in our blood. Nothing more American. So here's the 14 golds. Fencing, gymnastics, individual. Lee Sunisa taking the place of what would have presumably been Simone Biles' gold medal. We won't get into that just yet. But Lee Sunisa taking her chance to shine. She becomes the 5th consecutive American woman to take home the gold in the artistic gymnastic individual event in a row. So we're talking 2020, 2016, 2012. 2008 and 2004, the U.S. women.
Dedication, baby.
That is some serious dedication, and I'm sure she's going to go home and carb load after this. At least I know I would. So, fencing, gymnastics, swimming, taekwondo. Does it get more American?
That's an Olympic event.
An American woman. You're going to love this. An American woman by the name of Anastasia Zulitic took home the gold for the U.S. So,
hey man, the world is a global. We're all global citizens now. So it isn't like the old days, dude, where you had the Americans with the Joe Smith and the Ty Randalls and all these guys. I don't know why I said that name, but now you got people from everywhere that have residency. We're born in different countries, man. So it is a different world, man, and we're seeing it on national stage right now.
Well, and just for the record, so we take the swimming golds, we take the shooting golds. Some of our shooters got some great names. Amber English, Vincent Hancock. Come on. Does it get the old Hancock, John Hancock?
He's the gold medalist, dude, shooter? That's fantastic.
Vincent's got to be a descendant of John Hancock. Come on. It's just
that was a horrible movie, by the way, Will Smith. Fucking terrible.
Oh, Hancock?
Yeah.
He's had some weird ones. He's got another one coming out, actually. Good point.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing the father of Venus and Serena Williams in a biopic type movie.
Interesting. Okay.
And the movie is named after the father. I'm forgetting the father's name. Let's say his name's Reggie Williams. Okay. I believe the movie is called Mr. Reggie Williams or Reggie Williams or something. It's going to be about how this man drove those women to greatness.
Yeah.
I believe it's not all hearts and unicorns, if you will.
Well, it's not, man. If you want your daughters to be that damn good and that dominating, it takes a hard hand and a hard way to raise those girls to the people they are. They're thankful now, but I guarantee you, man, they weren't very happy when they were kids. I guarantee you that much, man.
No.
So, but he saw the talent in them and he got it out of them, no doubt.
And the last gold medal I want to highlight for the U.S. of the 14 they've gotten, little hang 10, Carissa Moore.
Yes.
Taking home the women's surf gold.
Yes, dude. I was reading about that today, man, and that is fantastic. Bruce Jenkins had a great article in the Chronicle about it, man, if you want to check it out online, about how that even came about. They were worried about surfing even happening because there was no waves and the beach was all, the water was all crappy. And then all of a sudden, typhoon, tropical storm came out. And they only got up to 4 to 8 footers, but they were tough to surf. And man, they just knocked it out, dude. I watched a little bit of that on highlights, dude, and that was really freaking cool, man. And to see surfing get the just due, man. And man, there's some serious talent out there on the waves, dude. That's cool to see.
Wow.
That is excellent.
And just to recap, in case you're just joining us, U.S. athletes, great at swimming, great at shooting. If we could combine the two, you think we'd be a great harpoon team?
Yes, dude. Yes. How about water polo? How are they in water polo?
I don't see any polo golds up here, but they're great in water polo. They're just great in the water, man.
I've never really understood water polo that much, man.
Well, if Kay Cooking is listening, she definitely has some input on water polo.
That is one hell of a hard game. But not only that, man. I mean, you're like wrestling people underwater, trying to get a ball in a net. Okay. All right.
Two things that always stand out to me about water polo, especially at an elite level. The bodies of the players, usually long.
Yeah.
Conditioning, extreme.
Yes. Okay?
Whether it's females or males, they tend to have long wingspans, incredible back muscle definition, and they have that sort of shape to them. And man, get out the way when one of them girls wants to hurl one at you. I never wanted to have a ball skip off the water and then right in the nose. I picture it's got to be a lot of bloody noses in a sport like water polo.
Dude, yeah, most
a lot of balls to face action.
Yes. I can get a hold of a couple people about that too. I knew some water polos back in the day, man, but they were always in good shape. I will give them that. They were always in good shape. All right,
man. Just treading water.
Yeah, all day long.
Practice day after day after day. Woo.
And then underwater leg locks and stuff, dude. All that stuff going on underneath. I mean, dude, I love it, dude. I think it's cool, man. But I've never really understood. I'm like, why would someone want to do that? But hey, more power to them, dude. Well, more power to them.
While we're on the Olympics topic, because we're going to transition here, I came across something that says, folks, if you're feeling useless today, just remind yourself you could be a lifeguard at the Olympic pool during the Tokyo Games. There's photos of lifeguards just sitting there like this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If these people need saving, then there's a big problem going on. And I think I'm just going to clock in and collect the check and sit at and watch the Olympics, dude. That's it. Yeah.
Your job is to make sure Katie Ledecky doesn't sink in that pool, okay? I mean, all she does is win gold medals. She's the female Michael Phelps. But please, safety first. Safety first.
Yes, of course, dude. Yes, of course, dude. Wow, dude. Yeah.
Also trending in the sports world, just because it's current, it's happening now. MLB trade deadline. I'm going to throw a couple of trades that have already happened. Just pry on one that interests you the most. Today, the White Sox picked up Cesar Hernandez from the Indians. A nifty little second baseman with some pop, 17 homers on the year. Eduardo Escobar from the trash pile that is the Diamondbacks in the desert to the Brewers, utility player. Brewers seem like the division could be theirs. I just don't know who's really going to challenge them, like honestly going to challenge them. But they're not an elite team. They're the best of an average division to me. Right here in Oakland, whether the A's picked up the left-handed reliever Chasen, or Starling Marte coming from Miami. Let me just make sure I get all these in and we can talk about whichever one. Joey Gallo, now going to be rocking pinstripes. Say goodbye to that beard, Joey Gallo. I grew my best Gallo-looking beard I could for the show. By the next show, I will shave it clean for a fresh face Monday, like all Yankees have to do.
And strike out in 3 of your next 4 at-bats. And then
here's the thing about the Yankees that's so untypical. And then we'll dive back into the trade deadline stuff again. Joey Gallo, left-handed power hitter. We agree. Okay. The Yankees are short on left-handed power. They don't have really anybody taking advantage of that right field porch. If I'm not mistaken, Shohei Ohtani has more home runs from the left side, he's a left-handed hitter, than the entire Yankees lineup. I believe that's a stat.
Wow. Okay. I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it.
I mean, go through their team. DJ LeMahieu, Gleyber Torres, Judge, Stanton. These are all right-handed batters. Luke Voit, Gary Sanchez. They were truly missing a lefty.
God, when you think about that lineup, you think about how overrated a lot of those guys are.
They're not having their career years, I'll tell you that much.
No, and Sanchez is an enigma. LeMahieu, I mean, he's good. He's won batting titles. I'll never forgive him for sitting out the last week in Colorado, in San Francisco, just to make sure that he won the batting title. He did not play the last 3 games on purpose. And to me, he'll always be a punk for doing that.
That's when he was in Colorado.
Yeah, yep. And I'll never forgive him for it, dude. That's not competitive. That's not being, when Ted Williams was chasing 400, Ted Williams, Marine fighter pilot, bad dude. When he was freaking chasing 400, he did not sit out any games at the end. He actually hit. He was actually at 401. They're all telling him, hey, man, sit out. He's going, what are you talking about? Ends up 406. All right. So LeMahieu, kiss my uncompetitive ass, dude. Period.
All right. That's
and
Tales from Chooch's baseball crypt, which
Yes,
we're going to
dude.
touch on a little bit later, Chad. Don't let me miss what I'm going to call a quick sips segment and something that you're doing that caught my eye. But we'll fit that in at the end of the show in the whole animal portion.
Excellent.
So, of the trades that have gone down thus far, which one is the most interesting / impactful in your eyes?
I think Kendall Graveman to the Astros.
Oh, crap. I didn't mention that.
And I'll tell you why. And people go, who the hell is Kendall Graveman? And why are you talking about Kendall Graveman, the A's retread that got freaking hooked up with the Mariners? Because the Mariners, after beating their division rival Astros on Monday night, on a huge comeback, they were down 7-0. They're trailing the A's in the wild card. They're on the A's ass. They trade their closer with a .6 ERA to their rival. And man, did that screw up the Mariners.
The Mariners are going to Mariner.
They are going off on their GM and their fans, and now the clubhouse couldn't believe it. People were just like in disbelief, and this is just something. This is a disconnect between the GM and the vibe of the clubhouse and the vibe of the city and the town. And so
all that said, during a win streak too. During a win streak, they were hot.
Yeah, they were hot. You don't with the win streak, dude. You don't. And so they trade him to a division rival, and then they go on and lose the next 2 games. And classic, they're all freaking depressed, dude. They're pissed off. And so that is a game changer. It's not the names that changed it. Dude, when you are trying to trade, when you're trying to get better, you don't trade with your enemy, dude. You're trying to chase them, not give them pieces. I just didn't understand that one bit. And I don't like in today's baseball how people trade. I mean, look at the Indians and the White Sox trading. Why? Why? You guys are. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand that. But that one stands out the most to me. I know. I want to talk about Chafin too. I got a good story on him. But go for it, man. What do you like best?
He's a character. I also got to fit in Nelson Cruz to the Twins. Big power bat. We did talk about him on the last show. I just want to say, I do believe Joey Gallo fits in New York. I don't think he adds anything in terms of a playoff run. Yeah. But the Yankees would win the get off the bus World Series / slow pitch softball. Who's got the most muscle? I mean, God, Stanton, built for the NFL. Aaron Judge, also built for the NFL. Joey Gallo, all 6'5", 230 pounds of him, more athletic than you might think. Let me just say, they're going to look good in the pinstripes. Will it amount to any wins? I say, just like you, they got to have someone pitch not named Garrett Cole. I love this. I love the trade the A's pulled off for now for Starling Marte. I think he's a spark. He's an energy. He's a combination of power and speed that they just simply don't have in their lineup that can produce any consistency. Laureano might have some of the same traits, but Marte, the better all-around player, a 288 career hitter. He's got 22 stolen bases on the year this year. And I think between him and Laureano in the outfield, that's going to help the defense, which the A's are pretty sharp on. But just nice to get a jolt of energy. And I think that's what this is. I don't think the A's are done dealing. I hope they can get at least one more arm, whether it's a starter or a reliever. But yeah, I think the Marte trade can have the most impact of what we've seen so far.
I do. I definitely, for the next couple months, it can have a quick impact. But the A's still don't have that number one, man. We've talked about it all the time. Manaya, the throwing Samoan, as you called him, dude. Had another great outing, but he has to back it up with 2 or 3, man. And
he was perfect through 5 yesterday.
Yeah, against San Diego, man. I get it, and I agree. And dude, what is going on with Blake Snell? I've said this a couple times, dude. I want to call them insiders, but people I talk to, man, that are in the game, journalists that follow it every day. And I've asked, and I can say this because I'm not affiliated with anybody. I've asked around, and no one's really gave me an answer. I think Blake Snell, man's got a little bit of like a addiction problem to something. And because you look at him, and then you look at his starts, and I'm like, dude, this guy's getting worse. And he's not only that, he's not taking in the teachings that they're talking to him about. And he's got all the talent and he just can't put it together. The A's got him for 6 runs, dude, 3 runs, 4 runs in the first few innings. What is going on with Blake Snell, dude? The guy that in the World Series last year, we were all pissed off that he got taken out in the 6th inning.
After giving up 1 hit, he hasn't been the same since, really, mentally. And a lot of guys that I play the old fantasy baseball with. Blake Snell went from Cy Young Award winner, we would call him a keeper in our league, to, who wants this guy who throws 4 innings, gives up 5 earned, and walks 4 batters every game? He hasn't gone 6 innings, I don't think, all season for the Padres. I don't think once. And this guy did win a Cy Young. Now, while on that topic of getting removed a little early from the game, did you see this happen with the Rays again with Rich Hill? A.K.a. Dick Mountain, some people call him. Okay? Rich Hill.
Dick Mountain?
That's his accepted nickname, yes. Even the pitching ninja. Yes, Rob Friedman uses it. Calls him Dick Mountain with every gif. Okay? So, that's Richard Hill, people. He got removed from the game. His last game as a Ray. He didn't want to come off the mound. Kevin Cash said, give me the ball. The analytics point to the fact that you're not going to thrive 3rd time through. Rich Hill, all 40 years of him, by the way. I think he knows how to navigate through a lineup. Yeah. He left pissed off, traded the next morning. Yep.
There's something, the Rays they want a specific person, and if you don't adhere to it, you're gone. And they don't care who you are. They don't care if you won Cy Young. They don't care if you're a good contributor. Who did Rich Hill go to? I forget.
Didn't he get traded to, shoot, man, that's a good question. Was it the Twins? Did the Twins? No. That was the Nelly Cruz trade.
No. That's a good one, dude, because I remember Rich Hill got traded somewhere, man, but I can't remember.
To the Mets.
Oh, the Mets, dude. Yeah. Speaking of rumors, we just want to jump into the cesspool of rumors that are going crazy right now. I before we got on here, I checked out the latest rumor mill, and long story short, dude, the Mets are going to make a huge move. Everyone knows it. It's incoming. Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll see, dude. Is Rich Hill their big move? I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't say so. I believe a big move for them, and it would be another interdivision trade, would be to add someone like Max Scherzer.
Yeah, I think Max. I think it's real, dude, that he wants. If he's gonna go anywhere, it might go to the West Coast because he has the right to say no to anything. He's from this area up here, man. I guess his wife is. Maybe he's not from. I stand corred. His wife is from this area. But he's talking about the West Coast. And who wouldn't want to be in the most exciting division of baseball right now? Hands down, Giants, Dodgers, Padres. You want to be in the middle of that, dude. That's some good stuff, dude. Right now, Giants and Dodgers are going to start kickoff here. Kickoff, you know what I mean? First pitch at 12:45, dude. That's some good baseball, dude. And so I think Scherzer wants to be a part of that. If anywhere, I think he comes to the West Coast. What's your take on it there, bro?
I think Scherzer would thrive on a team like the Dodgers. It would be such a Dodgers move to add someone like him. They have the resources in terms of money. They have the players in terms of prospects. It might just be a rental, but plug him into the hole vacated by Trevor Bauer, and you're cooking with gas again for the Dodgers, if you ask me.
Yeah, and the Dodgers have some serious prospects to send over to Washington if he wants to do that.
They do.
The Giants do too, but not as. And the Padres are kind of, unless the Padres get rid of some of their good prospects. There've been C.J. Abrams types. I don't think Washington is listening.
So not to give too much credit to the hated ones, but they had 2 quality arms exit their rotation this year in the form of not just Trevor Bauer, see you later, but my guy, Dustin May.
Dustin May, man.
Still missing that guy.
Carrot Top, dude.
Yeah.
Carrot Top. Yeah.
Threw a heck of a sinker. This was his year. And then
well, dude,
Bluey.
TJ, baby. TJ.
Hey, he'll be good for 10 years with that new elbow. So give me a trade. We kind of talked about Scherzer a little bit. Give me a trade that hasn't happened yet, but you'd like to see happen, aka Trevor Story going somewhere. How about any of the Cubs? Is there a fire sale about to happen with any of the Cubs?
Oh yeah, I think the Cubs have already started. They got rid of Chafin to the A's. They just got rid of another one, crosstown one I saw, man, to the White Sox, another reliever. So they're gonna end up, this will last until I think it's 1:00 Pacific is the trade deadline, and so I can see Bryant definitely going. Bryant's gone, I believe, and maybe even a guy like Kyle Schwarber, who can be useful when he's healthy.
He's on the Nationals.
Yeah. Well, okay. I always see him on the Cubs. Maybe, yeah, that is true.
He looked good in a Cubs unit. He was perfectly pudgy for those pinstripes. And now he's lost a little bit of weight. He went on a homer. He was last seen hitting 15 homers in the month of June, most of which happened over the last 3 weeks of June. And then he grade 2 hammy strain, nearly off the bone type of hammy strain, cost him a presumptive home run derby appearance. Yeah, I would have loved to see his left-handed self.
Well, I mean, what about, hey, man, if you're the Cubs, would you trade Contreras right now? Do you trade, you're going to trade Bryant. How about Baez? I mean, how deep
maybe you trade Javi Baez before he fights the entire Cincinnati Reds team.
Maybe you trade him to the Reds.
Him and Amir Garrett.
Yes.
They're just one more plate appearance away from.
No, dude, they absolutely hate each other.
Never forget Amir Garrett.
I'll never forget Garrett, dude.
When he took on the entire Pirates team himself.
He ran straight in front of their dugout and mobbed them.
Not many baseball players I don't want to see charging me. Amir Garrett's on the list.
Dude, can I tell you a quick story, man, that reminds me of, man? It's very fast, dude.
Does it end with getting punched in the face by Amir Garrett?
No, it doesn't. No. That reminds me, dude. Marine Corps, out and about. It was St. Patty's Day, Irvine, California. I was stationed in Tustin. All right. Me and my boys go out, had a buddy named Goo. You always got a good buddy named Goo. Gotta love a guy named Goo. Anyways, man, Goo was this big old dude, man, and we're in this bar and we're knocking it out, man. He's dancing with some girl, and the guy comes over and said, "Hey, that's my girl." And Goo says, "Not anymore, it ain't." And it was Navy guy, right? So Navy Marines. Anyways, the bar starts getting mad at Goo because there's a bunch of Navy kids in there, man. And we start going off, and there was about 6 of us, 6 or 7 jarheads, dude. Okay, and so we're going.
Jarheads and Navy kids, people. You following along?
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, man, we go outside the bar, dude. They get us out of the bar. This is like 3:00 in the afternoon in Irvine, dude. Get us out of the bar. Everyone's going, "F you, guy." Goo turns around when we're walking out and just turns and sprints straight to the mob, dude. And just starts sprinting, and he just goes in there, starts laying haymakers on people, dude. Dude, and once Goo started sprinting, we started following, dude. And it was the melee of all melees, dude, that I have been involved in. Into the bar, chairs being thrown, all kinds of stuff. I cannot make this up, dude. It was the actual biggest fight I've ever been in, dude. And it was a freaking awesome, dude.
And the year would likely have been somewhere in the mid-90s. I'm just going to throw one out there, 95, 94.
No, it was a little bit, it was 94, 95. I just got back from Japan.
Okay, let me just say, no cell phones were around.
No.
So everybody got involved. Everyone grabbed a chair, threw a punch. No one sat there and said, but wait, World Star.
Dude, no, we actually, contributed. Like, you backed your buddy up instead of filming your buddy. Okay.
Yes.
And not only that, dude, none of it was on video. None of us got busted. We did have to run our ass back to the base, dude, before the cops came. And we made it back. And then once you're on base, you're safe because, dude, civilian cops don't come on base. So It was, and we knew all the guys at the gate anyway. So that's my Amir Garrett story right there, dude. My buddy Goo. Goo, man, you're a legend.
Well, that's how you go from Amir Garrett to a legend named Goo. Goo, if you're listening, Thank you for your service. Thank you for the memories.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time. Definitely.
Oh man, dude.
So you had a quick story about the A's new acquisition, Andrew Chafin?
Dude, Chafin was on social media today asking. This is pure typical. He's gonna fit right in with the A's.
He's a goofball. I know that much.
Dude, he's asking if anyone knows he wants to live on a boat while he's here in Oakland. And he wants to know if anyone has a boat that they can rent out to him. And dude, the people are just going nuts, dude. They're going, hey man, yeah, dude, you're the man, and all this kind of stuff, dude. Like, yeah, I got this boat here, I got this boat. And then someone suggested he get in touch with Klay Thompson, dude. Because Klay likes to go out on boats a little bit too. So this is the Oakland
usually with
thing,
Instagram models, from what I can tell. Yes.
Yeah.
Chafin just looking to be the guy rolling out of bed on the dock. He'd walk to the stadium if he could, I bet. Dude,
doesn't that guy kind of look like an 80s porn guy to you, man?
If you haven't seen the mustache, check him out on social media.
He's just like, I'm like, oh, this guy's perfect for the A's, dude. Perfect. Yeah.
Right. Well, we're going to transition off of baseball. I got to touch on a big story that's happened in the NFL. It kind of touches on a couple things. It's actually quite bizarre to me, the way it's playing out. It seems like Aaron Rodgers is handling himself. He appears to be back in Green Bay for what seems just one more year. He had a press conference that was pretty memorable, about 4 minutes long. He talked about how the Packers, again and again, and he named so many veteran players from previous Packers teams, starting with Charles Woodson. He went to James Jones. He went to Alex Kuhn. He went to Micah Hyde. He went to every notable veteran. He rattled off about 15 names, his whole offensive line, and how they were treated. They were lowballed on their way out, or worse, treated unceremonious. He's calling out the Packers front office for, I guess, years of mistreatment. He's feeling mistreated right about now. He's feeling not listened to. He's talking about he hasn't been able to pitch for certain players to come to Green Bay. He hasn't been able to pitch for them to keep certain guys, his guys, right? He says these things directly affect my job. I haven't heard a player put it into words like that at the quarterback position. He's not wrong. But he's saying, Packers treat it like a business. Why don't I get to treat it like a business? And this is obviously, we're seeing this more and more in athletes. They want more control. Yeah. They want more control over their product, their brand, who they're surrounded by. But he said a very memorable quote. He said, Green Bay is not a destination town. Nobody vacations here. If anyone wants to come here, it's to play with me.
To play with me. Wow. That's...
I think that's someone at the peak of his powers, looking back at his career and saying, I'm not wrong.
No, he's not wrong, but to say it like that, means that he had to be, he's at the point now where he doesn't care what people think anymore. All right. He doesn't care what the front office thinks. He doesn't care what the fans think. Wow, man, to say that even after everything, you'd think a little more professionalism, man, but I understand what he's talking about, and for him to say that is pretty. These athletes these days, man, are just so open about everything, just like everyone else, dude. And it gets a little like, ooh, that's a little too much, man. A little too much. I don't want to know all that. But what do you think of it, man? I mean, do you think whether he's right or wrong is not the point. Do you think that is conducive to Green Bay getting in the playoffs, winning a championship this year?
Well, front office responded by going and getting one of Aaron Rodgers' old pals, Randall Cobb, slot receiver, still effective. Got him out of Houston. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't want to be a Texan. What's left of the Texans? That's a whole other topic. Anyway, if Aaron Rodgers is right, and I'm saying he is. What's so bizarre about this is he didn't force his way out this year. He didn't retire. It's been agreed upon he'll play this one season. Isn't that strange?
Farewell tour.
Sure, and he's looking to play beyond next season. I just haven't seen a player of this caliber, certainly his caliber, and a front office say, okay, one more season. Probably since Michael Jordan's Bulls, The Last Dance. Sound familiar?
How did Brett Favre leave?
Geez, you just brought up visions of New York Jet Brett Favre and Minnesota Viking Brett Favre in my head that I could go to forget. He kind of
worked his way out too, remember, man.
Well, it was over. Aaron Rodgers was drafted while he was still there. And one of the first big upsets for Aaron, besides all the inability to help recruit, was the fact they drafted Jordan Love. He responded by going out and winning the MVP last year.
Do you see the pattern here? Do you see the pattern?
Okay, so assuming Aaron Rodgers is the reason players go to Green Bay, and I'm with him, are the Packers really going to let their one recruiting chip walk out the door?
Well, I think the Packers have put into play this happening by drafting Jordan Love.
Oh, yeah.
So, Aaron Rodgers saw that and went, oh, okay. Well, that just changed his mindset. Okay. So, just like when Brett Favre saw that Aaron Rodgers got drafted. All right. So it's a domino effect, dude. I mean, it happens all the time. You see it now here in the Bay Area, Trey Lance, dude, and you got Jimmy Garoppolo. All right. Garoppolo's playing the good soldier, but
Garoppolo's no A-Rod.
No, but I mean, what I'm saying is that when the incumbent sees that the person that's going to replace him drafted, they have a hard time freaking, being cool with it. And so I'm interested to see what Garoppolo is going to do, especially after, first couple games if he doesn't produce.
Well, I hope Jimmy Garoppolo has a good season. I hope he rises to the level where the Niners can flip him to a team that wants him to start. But Jimmy Garoppolo, you missed the throw of your life when you overthrew Emmanuel Sanders in that Super Bowl. Yep. And it is a life-changing throw. Unfortunately for Niner fans, it wasn't a connection. Unfortunately for Jimmy, it wasn't a connection. Who knows if they go on to win the game? It looked likely. But you hit that throw. You hit that throw, and the team is not drafting a quarterback number 3 the next year.
Dude, that's how fast life changes, dude. Mm-hmm. How fast and how much of a difference little things make in life, dude. And that was a big thing, but man, just that little area, man, that he missed him. And we got a whole different conversation, man. But that's the great thing about life, dude. Little things like that can turn negative, but they can also turn your life around positively, dude. And that's what I always hang on to, man.
Anything can happen, right? And it was 3 quick years ago that Jimmy G was the new toy in town. Dude. Everybody was getting the number 11 jerseys or 10 jerseys, number 10 jerseys, and everybody's mom had a new crush in town, didn't they?
Oh man, everybody, dude. I mean, everyone was, he was all over all over the magazines, papers, internet, everything, dude. So, look how fast things can change, dude. All right. So, yeah, okay, man. Rodgers, you know what? He's going to get his farewell, dude. Okay, good for him. He's been one hell of a guy for that franchise, and he'll go somewhere else and be, if they can figure out how to get along, dude, Green Bay still has a decent shot of freaking winning the division, dude.
So what's that? Green Bay Packers. Oh, New Orleans. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would look great down there.
Ooh, man. Wow. All right. Well, who are you going to give me, dude, for Aaron Rodgers, dude? Huh? Who you got?
I think when he's 38, 39 years old, whatever he's going to be after this year, I think it just takes a first-round pick. I think people are going to lowball the Packers, and they'll take the best of what they can get.
Tom Brady's like 102. All right? He's still winning Super Bowls, man.
Tom Brady.
Dude, these guys last forever now because of the way the NFL structured the rules, dude.
You want to talk about how things change? I kind of like Tom Brady.
No.
What the heck?
No.
I like Tampa Tom. I love Tequila Tom. Throwing Lombardi trophies from one boat to the other. Come on, man. He's kind
of come out of his show a bit.
Well, he's not under the Bill Belichick cloak. He's getting to be a little bit of himself. You got to appreciate the body of work, even if half the rings were because of his defense, half of them were because of tuck rules and this, that, and the other deflated balls.
Oh,
let me just say, when a guy says my favorite ring, and he's got 8 of them now, I think, 8, 7, whatever. He says my favorite ring, it's the next one.
Yes, that is.
How do you not love that?
True competitor, dude. That when people say, I hate, oh man, okay, I don't want to get in on this tangent, but I hate when people say, oh, he competed. That is so freaking weak, dude. What does he think he's doing out on the mound? What do you think he's doing out on the basketball court? That's such a cop-out. But Brady is one of the true competitors, dude. That dude does not want to, or rarely loses. And you have to give him props on that. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you hate the Patriots or the Bucks now. Be objective and look at talent, dude. Look at drive. He's got it, dude. Does Aaron Rodgers have that same drive? We're gonna figure that out.
Yeah, we will. And Tom has always given his team certain advantages, not just by playing Hall of Fame level quarterback over all the years. But don't forget this, GMs of the NFL. It always helps to have your quarterback have a supermodel wife that earns more money than him in tow, because Tom Brady has taken discount after discount after discount relative to his market value to keep teams together, to bring in more talent. And the Tampa Bay Bucks are returning 22 out of 22 starters. So another advantage, Brady.
They're going to run it back, dude, as they like to say these days, dude. Let's run it back. I heard a guy on talk radio the other day. Run it back, dude. Talking about the Warriors, dude. Talking about, picking up Bradley Beal, picking up frickin' Pascal Siakam. I'm like, dude, you can't go back in the past, dude. The Warriors had a great run, but they need more than just more stars to continue this, man. So what are they going to do, dude? In the NBA draft coming up, dude. What do you think? Do they hold on to picks? They get rid of them?
I think they're going to use the 7 pick. I think they're going to try to manufacture the 14 pick into more lower picks or future first type of pick that might end up in the lottery, because you can get someone relatively plug and play at number 7. Someone like a 3-and-D, an athletic wing, someone who at least can play defense right off the bat. They're going to need someone to contribute right away, not a project type player, not even like a James Wiseman type. I'm talking, they're going to go for someone beyond a college freshman.
Yeah, they need someone that can come in and frickin' be a little bit more mature. Now, that's not a knock on Wiseman. He's 20, okay, 19. And I see huge upside for him coming in the next couple of years. And so, that's not a knock on Wiseman. But, yeah, I think they're going to go, if they do keep the pick, man. I don't like the fact that they're talking about Bradley Beal. I don't think he holds enough weight to get rid of those guys. So, I mean, maybe there's something out there that obviously that's why it's their job. Bob Myers, freaking 3 trophies, dude. So he's going to do something here, I think. But I don't know about – they might hold on to the 7. I agree with that. There's some really good athletes, man. And the Warriors have to get younger. Look at their bench. It's terrible, dude.
Every NBA draft typically has a couple golden tickets, a couple can't-miss prospects. Last year it was a group of 3. The top of the draft with Anthony Edwards, Lonzo – and or is it Lonzo, LaMelo? Gosh, the Ball brothers.
Wiseman and Ball, yeah.
And then Wiseman, yes. And to be determined, they still got a lot of career in front of them. This year, there's 4, starting with Cade Cunningham, likely the number 1 pick to the Pistons, scaling all the way down to, don't forget this guy's name, from from Gonzaga, who's the Suggs, the pure athlete. They have him going number 4 in a lot of mock drafts. I think that might be a mistake. I think the guy has a huge ceiling. He was Mr. Football in Minnesota, I believe. He played quarterback, along with being this highly recruited of a point guard. We love athletes on this show, Chooch. We know we love guys who can play multiple sports way into the future.
Give it to me.
While we're talking that, I didn't think this would be the transition. So, yes, watch the NBA draft tonight. We hope the Warriors take home someone useful, and keep an eye on the top 4. Will there be any draft night trades before I make this transition?
Well, of course there'll be trades. They always trade.
Substantial trades that'll shake anything up, though.
Sure, dude. People, I mean, I think that definitely, man, there's going to be stuff that we can't even conceive of right now, man. Big names are going to be on the move, man. The Warriors might be involved, dude. That's why we're going to tune in, check it out, and see what's going on, man. I mean, Mark, when it comes to the NBA draft, dude, I don't watch it anymore, man, because, for my mental health, I can't sit there through 3 hours of pre-draft blah, 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 babble, and listen to all these guys talk about, and women talk about, I think this is going to happen, and then none of it happens. So, speaking of mental health, man, what else you got for us today?
For the record, I don't think Chooch can sit through 3 hours of anything. That's why he doesn't watch too many movies these days. That's why we keep the cast to an hour or less. We try to appease our own attention span issues.
Great point. In fact, we got to hurry up. I got to get going.
Yeah, no. And so, yes, the mental health topic, it's definitely trending, whether it's athletes wanting out of places, whether it's fighting for their own brand, fighting for their own recognition, fighting for their own peace and quiet. In the case of Simone Biles, a lot of pressure for the girl to go out and perform at the way she does. And I want the listeners to hear this. There's a term I've come across in gymnastics. Obviously, I don't have a gymnastic background outside of Encore 1993. I was a 5-year-old in that foam pit. No, 7-year-old in that foam pit.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, you did the gymnastics for the foam pit. Moving on.
Dude, your mom did that to you. I forgot. Yep.
Moving on. To this day, I have incredible balance and core strength. So, Simone Biles.
You're gonna attribute that to being 5? I don't think so, dude.
While the world sees headlines of pressure and quit and couldn't handle it, whatever it is, she apparently going through a bit of a mental case where she elected to take some time off during what could have been one of the biggest moments of her career. She was a great teammate. She supported her team to another gold medal. She was the biggest rah-rah on the side there. Apparently, this is the term I've come across. She's suffering from a case of a real thing known to gymnasts, especially at that level, called the twisties. Are you familiar with the term twisties?
You know, man, I'm becoming more familiar with it. I don't know how these ladies and the men do this, man, where they jump up in the air and flip 100 times, dude, and know where they're at. That's incredible to me. And to have the confidence and the skill to be able to do that. But I can imagine, dude, twisties meaning you might get lost up in the middle of in the midair, dude, sometimes, something like that.
The way I understand it, the twisties is, think of it like a mental loss of your equilibrium. You're not actually off balance, but you have lost confidence or have no confidence in your ability to do a triple, quadruple pike twist and stick it on a balance beam. And when you don't have confidence to perform at that kind of a level, you can get hurt. It's in the back. It's in the back of your mind.
Oh, yeah.
In baseball, they call it the yips. In basketball, something similar. There's just a mental block. You can't make that free throw. Rick Ankiel couldn't throw a strike for the life of him. Chuck Knobloch sailing throws into the first base dugout.
Great analogies.
15 rows into the back. So what Simone Biles was going through was an elite athlete who had all the muscle memory in the world to do this for years. She lost it somehow. She staggered on one of her landings. A lot of people piled in and said, "Oh, she screwed up for the first time in her life, so she quit on her team." No, actually, much deeper than that, apparently, from everything that's been said. So just want to say cheers, Simone. Don't know what you're going through on a personal level. Definitely don't have experience with the twisties myself, but all the respect to an elite athlete that was going to be in all of the spotlight. And yes, that's a lot of pressure.
No, it is, man. And, I have a question for you, man, when it comes to this. Is she able to come back from this? This is really hard because that's my question. I mean, hey, man, I give her all the props for doing what she's doing, taking care of herself. I get it. Okay. That's different from being, it's not different from being an athlete, but it's different from being in the mix. And so Knobloch had a hard time getting back in. Steve Saxton in my era had the same problem as Chuck Knobloch. Rick Ankiel had to change positions. I remember Mackie Sasser couldn't throw the ball back to the pitcher, dude, for the Mets catcher. Okay. It's really hard to come back from. I really would love to see her come back and thrive, dude, but I think it's going to be really hard, Mark.
Well, she's the greatest of all time. A lot of people would agree. The thing about an Olympic career is you only got those windows. I mean, you can only make it to so many games. It's 4 years until she'll get to do this again type of thing. She'll always have her place in history, and it'll be a long time till someone knocks her off of that perch. But let's not forget, some of the greatest of all time need some time off. Michael Jordan took how many years away from basketball?
Right. No doubt about it.
It wasn't a case of the yips, but he was going through some real life stuff with his father, the loss of his father and everything, and basketball suddenly wasn't important.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no doubt.
The greatest of the great can go through these things, and just not right now.
I just threw it out there because it came out, and I thought, will she be able to come back? I think that'll be a storyline down the road, man. Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, supreme athlete, pound for pound, one of the greatest we've ever seen at any sport, and she can do amazing things.
Dude?
Pound for pound, dude. I wouldn't spar with her.
Is she?
About 102 from the looks of it. But with all that muscle, she might actually.
She has as many pounds as Tom Brady has years, dude. Come on.
That's right. You did say that.
Right on. Simone Biles, man, you are a champion. Definitely.
I'm going to do something. Sometimes we go through these shows. We try to navigate certain topics.
Yeah,
we do a good job touching on things.
We're flowing.
But sometimes we miss. Sometimes I miss something in my notes, right? Real notes. And I've decided to try to catch them at the end, something I'm calling quick sips. And I'm going to transition to something you're doing a little bit after that. I know you appreciate long ago baseball stories, baseball legends, all that stuff. we have one in front of us again. It's tough to do a show without talking about Shohei Ohtani. He hit his 37th home run yesterday.
Hey,
he has now become, that's the most home runs hit in a season by a player not born in North America. He recently passed Hideki Matsui for the most home runs hit in a season by a Japanese-born player or Asian-born player. Shohei just passed Max Kepler, country of Germany. Hit 36 homers 2 years ago for the Twins.
Yes, dude.
For the Twins. So Shohei will now continue his assault on the record books. Every home run he hits, he puts space between him and literally the rest of the international waters in terms of home runs hit by a player not birthed from North America. So, North America or the Caribbean. I need to fit that in. Dominican Republic. Sammy Sosa hit 60, right? So anyway, 66. Shohei Ohtani, couple numbers. He's batting .311 with runners in scoring position. That's while hitting. Pretty good number. Clutch. While pitching, he's allowing batters to hit 103 with runners in scoring position.
What we are seeing, do not take this for granted, folks.
We've never seen a weapon.
No, we haven't. I've been watching baseball. I've been watching baseball since you were, a glimmer in everyone's eye, dude.
103 with runners on second and third or better.
It's disgusting, dude, to watch him, how athletic he is, throwing the ball and hitting. It's amazing, dude. I love it.
So here's a guy who did some hitting and pitching in college. You'll remember him for,
John Olerud.
How did you know I was going to mention John Olerud? I didn't even point to the helmet yet.
That's the only other person I can think of who used to do this.
What do you remember from John Olerud? John Olerud's college career.
His college career, dude?
This is good. Yes.
University of Washington.
Okay.
UW.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's see. He was the Friday night pitcher, which means he was the best pitcher, and also the starting first baseman. Hard hat?
Not yet. That didn't happen until he got to the big leagues.
All right, yeah.
Not judging by this picture from him pitching in the late 70s, early 80s at University of Washington. You nailed it. His sophomore year of college, John Olerud hit .464 with 23 home runs. He also went 15-0 as the pitcher.
That is sick.
And I'm going to raise my hand right here. I didn't know John Olerud pitched in college. I knew he was an elite hitter, advanced hitter. Skipped the minors entirely.
Never played a game.
University of Washington, first baseman.
Yes.
Seattle Mariners. One off season.
Yep. I loved watching that hit. Such a sweet stroke, dude. But that was during the days when you had to choose. They didn't allow you to do both. You had to choose. They're like, okay, we're gonna draft you, but we're signing you as a first baseman. You're not pitching anymore. And they're like, okay, all right, fine. Just give me the dough. That John Olerud, one of the most underrated athletes of his time, dude. No doubt. Very quiet guy, very quiet. Fit in on those late 90s Mets teams, which was awesome. I was following, man, with the they said the best infield ever.
Yep.
I remember that. I remember having the Sports Illustrated cover. Let's see. Ray Ordonez, Edgardo Alfonso, John Olerud, and Robin Ventura at third, dude.
That's right.
It was a great time. But Olerud was classic. But what Shohei's doing blows him off the map, dude.
John Olerud has always given me Forrest Gump type of vibes. Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just lives in the same part of my brain that Forrest Gump does.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Oh, Bruce, dude, we need to cut that. That's a MisippBRO moment right there, dude.
So
there it is.
You have seemingly launched a Twitter page because they're following at MisippBROs. And friends, if you're not following at MisippBROs on Instagram and soon to be Twitter, please do. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on YouTube. We appreciate the support, and it sure is cool to see these numbers grow. Now, you launched a new Instagram page, something about real stories, baseball stories 27. Can you give me something? Because I'm going to give you some baseball stories.
Okay, well, I started it in my mind, so I put it on Instagram, dude, and it's really short, man. It's really for the game 27, dude. Okay, and because I want to start real conversations with baseball folks that I know on Instagram, dude, about what is going on in the state of baseball, man, and let's talk about getting back to the core elements of baseball, and we can talk about how we can make the game better and how it has gotten worse. But how we can contribute to the game, make it better for the youth. And whatever I come across, man, interviews-wise, man, is going to be on that channel, dude. So that's going to be cool.
There's definitely some old school baseball you want to keep alive, and I never skip nuggets like this when I run into them, Chooch, and I mean run into them, because there's so many great Tony Gwynn stats out there, but this guy, Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre, he batted the following numbers off of the following Hall of Fame pitchers in his career.
Yeah.
How about 314 off Pedro Martinez? What about 390 off Kurt Schilling? Oh, you're not impressed with that? 415 off Greg Maddux might do you. 423 off Kevin Brown. And almost batting 500, 462 off of John Smoltz. How frustrating would it have been to pitch to Tony Gwynn in his prime?
You couldn't. You hope that he would only get a single. Seriously.
Is it just elite, like level 110 hand-eye coordination? Was it a swing that will never be repeated? What is it about a player like him that we'll never see again?
It's the baseball intelligence and the work ethic. All right, but it's a God-given talent as well. But he took that talent and honed it, and so I mean, he is one of the best, if not one of the best hitters I've seen live. Period. And I'm coming up on a few years on this planet, man. So
years on this planet. Yeah. Oh, that's a good segue actually, because I couldn't not fit this in, Chooch. One of my favorite legends in sports, and yes, it's a sport. AEW, WWE legend Chris Jericho. Talk about years on this earth. 50 of them. Something for you to strive for. He was seen in a ring last night on national television facing a legendary backyard hardcore wrestler named Nick Gage. I'm just going to give you it's a great moment in television. We're not going to throw it on here. Okay. They're using things like thumbtacks and exploding light bulbs to smash on each other. And there's real blood being shed. But Nick Gage is infamous for carving his opponents up with a pizza cutter. And on national television last night, Chris Jericho took the pizza cutter to his forehead. Real blood was drawn, and they immediately cut to a Domino's commercial. Somebody's using a pizza cutter. I missed it last night in real time. I see it trending on the internet today. That really happened. AEW, we love you.
Dude, you have a unhealthy addiction with AEW wrestling, and that's great, dude. So go have yourself a pizza. And thanks for that insight, dude. And I'm glad that Chris Jericho can cut his forehead with a pizza cutter. Thanks. I'll be thinking about that all day while I go watch the San Rafael Pacifics tonight, dude, here in San Rafael. Get after an independent baseball, man. So good stuff, dude. Excellent stuff. Man.
What else you got on your plate this weekend? What's on the horizon for Chooch?
I'm going Giants game, man. Taking Mama for birthday, man. Saturday, dude.
Happy birthday, Valerie.
Yes, man. Mama. We
the
love
timeless
you.
One. Yes.
Oh my gosh, man. We won't tell everyone how old she is because no one would believe it anyway because she looks too damn good for that.
It's true. It's true.
I'll be
last thing, Chooch.
All right, man.
Who's the opponent for Saturday's game for the Giants?
The Dusty Baker-led garbage can bangers, Altuve Masters, the Correa Punks, the Bregman Winks, the frickin' Maldonado, whatever he does back there, Houston Astros.
Don't forget, Yuli Gurriel was nice enough to, mock Yu Darvish physical appearance.
Yes, Yuli Gurriel with the craziest haircut in baseball.
It's okay to hate the Astros, people. It's okay to hate known cheaters that cheated all the way to the top.
Yep.
And suffered no repercussions.
None. Zero.
You'll get more games suspended for having a little sticky stuff on your uniform. Thank goodness that hasn't cropped up too much, right?
But this will be, that just like our society, dude. It was a big deal. What? And then there it goes. Bye-bye. And it's gone.
Keep it over
no
here.
one talks about it anymore.
Keep it right over here.
Yeah. So. All right, man. Well, hey, everyone, thanks for, again, joining us, man. We are happy to have you. Tell your friends, man. Tell your enemies. Who cares, man? Let everyone know. Let everyone know, dude. The MisippBROs. 12 Pacific every Monday and Thursday, dude. USA. Hey, proud to be an American yet again, dude. All right. Let's get out of here, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Bro, you knocked it out again, dude. A fountain of intelligence, a fountain of talent, a fountain of useless knowledge. Thank you so much, my man.
And for all you single ladies, a fountain of love.
Ooh, hey, man, watch out, dude. MisippBRO on the prowl, the younger one. All right. Hey, get out of here. Hey, speaking of getting out of here, let's do the same. Bruce, thanks for working the magic behind the mic, my man. You guys have a great one, dude. Check out the MisippBROs Instagram, Twitter, and we'll see you down the road, huh? What do you think about Monday, huh? Monday, you got it in you?
Monday at noon. I'll see you there.